Cool. Okay.
Here we go. So, and you're very welcome to the Dome here in Thurles tonight. Good to have everybody here for tonight's draw. We have a good night's entertainment ahead of us here, and it's great to see people from right across the county here. So I'm just going to say that we are going to have a couple of interviews here before we start. And first off, it is the new Tipperary hurling manager, Colin Bonner. Colin, wonderful to have you here, and the silverware that will be on offer now in the next while. This is, a fabulous time for you, for Tipperary hurling, and for everyone involved.
Yeah, it's once they decided on myself for the manager, I was looking forward so much. It's a huge challenge, and as I said, there's plenty of hurlers in Tipperary, and it's a case of trying to find those gems out there and bring them forward and get the balance right between the senior lads and the younger lads. And as I said, yeah, looking forward to the challenge.
Yeah, how are you finding the championship so far?
Yeah, it's been good. Got around to a lot of the games over the last 4 weeks, and as I said, look at the different players, different hurlers, different clubs, and now that it's coming to the real quarter-final stages, you'll kind of see where the players will stand up and what players want it the most. And obviously, everybody wants to win the Dan Breen, and the performers like you saw today now, Lockmore look to be in good form. They had a good win there tonight, so yeah, they're.
Yeah, and the players are there, I suppose, in Tipperary, and you have to get your team ready as well, the same as you'll have to for next year. You have your backroom team in place, Johnny Enright, Tommy Dunn, and we've seen what Tommy can do before. Johnny new to it, and Paul Curran involved in the matches at the moment too.
Yeah, there are three hugely passionate Tipperary people. They've played a good number of years with Tipperary. They know what it's like to walk into a dressing room. They know what's expected. They know the values that are there. And, when I thought about it, Tommy Dunn brings great continuity. He's been there the last 3 or 4 years. You have Paul Curran, who would have wore that jersey for, maybe 10 years, 43 appearances for Tipperary, a couple of All-Stars and All-Ireland. Again, a very passionate Tipperary man. And Johnny Enright. Johnny would have been a minor in 94 and coming into the scene when I was kind of retiring. But, Johnny would have been there 5 or 6 years and trying to break into the team and trying to do his best. And again, all three of those lads would have played colleges hurling, played Fitzgibbon. They know about good young players. They know how to get them involved. And yeah, so I'm very lucky with the three lads I have. I think moving forward, it's as I said, for me, it's going to be a huge help to have those lads behind me.
And I know from interviewing you for Tipperary Game of My Life, you've been involved in coaching all your life. Donny Nealon was involved with the Munster Council, was down in Waterford. You got that role down in the college in Waterford, and from there to now you've been coaching.
Yeah, I suppose it's part of what I done in college. I would have done sports and recreation management, and I would have done a degree in that area. And when I look at the boys that I'm bringing in as well, Tommy Dunn has spent 5 or 6 years in St. Anthony College, working his way through different courses in strength and conditioning. The same with Paul Curran, the same with Johnny. There's a lot of education there in terms of. But having said that, in my own journey, I would have been involved in coaching from an early stage, and I suppose when I hung up the boots, I got involved with the Waterford Senior Hurling team, and it kind of took off from there. But there's nothing like coming home when you get a chance to come in. And when I got offered the chance to come in and to come up to Thurles, I just couldn't wait. It's like coming home for me, because, as I said, I've been in a lot of different dressing rooms in a lot of different counties, but coming home to your own county just means so much to me. I can't wait till I get 36 or 37 lads in front of me, and let's go. That's what I want to do. I want to get the lads. So as much as these championships are, and I'll see a couple of gems here and there, but it's hugely important as well that, when I get these lads together, that we'll have a vision and we'll have a mission, and I think that we'll, on any given day, Tip will be hard to beat.
Brilliant stuff. We can't wait for it. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you. The only thing missing here, I see Nicky and I see Pat. They should have my brother Cormac in between them.
They were the trio, the main team. Brilliant stuff. Colin Bonner, we're going to call on the chair of the county board, Joe Kennedy now. And Joe, it's great to be here. You have a brilliant lineup, and we have a great evening in store with the draws for the championships and then the Tipperary GAA Clubs Draw. So a real exciting time in Tip GAA.
Yeah, fantastic. I suppose fantastic night here tonight. All the teams who participate in the senior hurling and the senior football are anxious to see who they're going to get in the next round in the quarterfinals now. So I suppose, and they'll be preparing for next weekend and the weekend after. So everyone is anxious to get down and get planning for the weekend. And then obviously we've had great numbers and great success here in promoting the draw over the past month or 6 weeks, and there's people who are hoping to win a horse or a car or maybe both. And credit is due to all the promoters and all the clubs all around the county, and indeed to our own office staff, the three girls here, Tim, and all the people involved, and especially the promoters and the clubs, the coordinators who pushed this draw and admitted the success that it is this year.
And there's a real energy in Tip GAA. You have Colin taking up his role. The championships are just fabulous. We had Friday night lights in the stadium tonight. That's a kind of a new incentive, and I know from doing the commentary, I absolutely love it, and I think the people at the matches love the atmosphere under lights. So it's all moving on in the championship.
Yeah, the championships have been fantastic. The county rounds here, and not alone. I suppose that every match counted, but every score counted in some cases. That some clubs lost out agonisingly by a point or two in score difference, or maybe even the amount of scores they scored in the whole championship. So, the last weekend of the hurling and football, every group, well, most of the groups were very competitive up to the last and up to the final whistle. So, and we moved on from there, and we've had, I think this is our third Friday night or fourth Friday night game here in the stadium, and they've been fantastic, and there's great atmosphere here for those, and they've been a great success with yourself and the streaming service as well, and I suppose just shows the appetite there is for GAA and Tipperary, that on a Friday evening, maybe people after a busy week at work like to come home and sit down and maybe tune into a match and listen to a match, and maybe it's the way forward. We have a great product and we have great games here in Tipperary, and there's been great excitement there for the past number of weeks.
It's great to see it marketed well and the energy around it now.
Yeah, and that's thanks to Tim and Maggie and Jonathan there, in the job they do inside in the office in promoting it and getting it out on social media and on the papers, and again with yourselves and Tip FM, and also to our sponsors FBD, who've been fantastic there to us, and it's just all taken off, and I suppose there's been a great appetite for these games because at long last we've allowed full attendance at matches, and we had restricted attendance and people fighting over the tickets to who'd get in. But now we're back to full attendance, and anyone who wants to come to a match can come to a match and watch it. And I think maybe there's been a hunger there for people to go out and see matches and enjoy the full-on experience of being at a match again. And hopefully that'll continue for the next couple of weeks.
Great stuff. Joe Kennedy, Chair of the County Board. Well, we're going to have a quick word with Michael Berkery now of FBD.
Thanks, Joe. Thank you very much.
Tummy Vara man, Michael, and not in the draw tonight, but it's great for the teams that are in the championship, and we're going to have that, and you must be pleased overall with how it's going.
Absolutely, and maybe just at the very outside to wish Colin well, because look, all of us around the room, all of us in the dome and sponsor otherwise, it's about the players and the competition, and I think, Colin, wish you well and every success and no pressure. I was just talking to Joe earlier there, and last year went by almost in a haze for a lot of people because you weren't able to get to see matches, but I was very privileged last year in here for the quarterfinals, the semi-final and the finals, and football as well. It was a fantastic, the competitive standard last year was absolutely fantastic, I thought. And great games, memorable games, and obviously a memorable outcome, particularly for Killadangan in the hurling. There was great games. And from FBD's point of view, I suppose it's a way for us we've had a community background as well over 60 odd years, and it's an opportunity when we're in a position to maybe have some influence on decisions and so on, to contribute and put back into the community some of the values that we have got over the years and the support we've had from rural communities, from our office in Ena, Thurles and Clonmel. So we're strategically placed up and down the county, and Timmy is the most persuasive man. When he gets you, particularly in Dublin, with in a social environment, he never ever gives up, ever. 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, you find your arm being twisted until you say it's a good idea. So Timmy, it's been a fantastic relationship for us, and I can say on behalf of the sponsors, on behalf of FBD, that look, we appreciate the way you've supported our involvement in the game from the beginning, including last year, which was a very, very difficult year for administrators, for players, for clubs, for the whole GAA family, if you like. It was a dreadful experience, and something 1 in 100 years perhaps that we will not have to ever endure again. But look, we appreciate the respect and the way we have been supported and the way we've been approached by the county board, by John, your predecessor, Joe, and by Joe, of course, as well. So look, it's been a good relationship, and I think we look forward now to the draw, and we're going to have another 2021 will be another memorable year for club hurling in Tipperary and for football, and what a year for the footballers as well. So look, we look forward to it, and hopefully we'll get through a good championships, and we'll have worthy winners at the end when we get through the county final for Danbreen and for the football as well. Thanks very much indeed.
Great stuff, Garmahagan. Michael Berkery of FBD Insurance. Without further ado now, I'm going to hand over to the Secretary of the County Board, Tim Floyd, and we're going to have the draws for the quarterfinals.
Okay, Stephen, thanks very much. We're ready to go to draws, folks. I know a lot of you have come specially for the draws. Others have come for the tip draw afterwards. So we'll get on with it. We're starting with Dan Breen Cup, and I'll ask maybe Michael Berkery to draw out of the first section, and County Chairman Joe Kennedy will draw from the second section. Now, in the first section, we will have the teams that finish top of the groups. So we've Tullis Sarsfields, Mullinahone, Killadangan and Kilruan McDonough's in the first section. And in the second section, we've the runners-up and Upper Church Drumban, Clonouty Rossmore, Lockmore Castleiney and Borrisalee. So now there's no repeat pairing, so if there's a repeat pairing comes up, they drop to the second line. So Michael now is drawing the first team out. Joe, you stay at this side just in case you get mixed up. Right, so Michael is drawing from the first one, and he is drawn Kilruan McDonough's are the first team out, and Joe has drawn. So Kilruan McDonough's versus Lockmore Castleiney. That's okay, Tom? Okay, that's our first quarter final for the Dan Breen Cup. Okay, Michael, draw team number 2. Same box, yeah. So Michael has drawn Killadangan, and Killadangan will play. So no repeat pairing there. So Killadangan versus Upper Church Drumban is our second quarter final. Okay, moving on, Michael, our third quarter final, first team out. Mullinahone. So Mullinahone will play. Mullinahone will play Borrisalee, all above board. Okay, no repeat pairings there, so it's working out just fine. And finally, the last team out that Michael Berkery will draw. So Tullis Sarsfields will play the final team out. And it is. So Tullis Sarsfields versus Clonouty Rossmore. All above board, no repeat pairings there. So perfectly. Thank you very much, Michael. So you're not finished yet. We're moving on now to the senior football. Okay, Joe. So you're doing them from these two sections. So Michael, you're doing the first one again, and Joe is doing the second one. So this is for the O'Dwyer Cup, our county senior football quarter-finals. So the first in the first section we have Mile Rovers, the winners, Kilsheelan, Clonmel Commercials and JK Brackens. And in the second box we have Upper Church Drumban, Ballyporeen, Ardfinnan and Lockmore Castleiney. So the first team out for our quarter-final, Michael. Mile Rovers versus, you'll have to help me out here now, Tom, in case. Mile Rovers versus Ballyporeen. Tom is nodding the head. Okay. So the second quarter final in our Senior Football Championship. Clonmel Commercials, the team they all love to play. And who have Clonmel Commercials drawn? No, you'll have to slip down to the next one. They've already played in the group stages. So Joe will draw another team from the second section, from the second box, and they will play Commercials. So Clonmel Commercials versus Upper Church Drumban. So now, Michael, you will draw one, and they will play Ardfinnan. So to play Ardfinnan is the next team out of JK Brackens versus Ardfinnan. Okay, and the final team that you're drawing, Michael, is? So Kilsheelan and Kilcash will play Lockmore, Castleiney, all okay. Tommy's nodding the head. Okay, so that's our 4 quarter-finals in the senior football. So now we move to the intermediate football quarter-finals. And we have the 4 teams in both sections, Tom, are they? Okay, and the 4 teams, the group winners were Grange Mokler, Ballyneal, Golden Kilfeacle, Galtee Rovers and JK Brackens, and the runners-up were Mullinahone, Feathered, Drummond-Inch and Clonoulty Rossmore. So our first quarter-final draw from the first section, Michael is drawing team 1. So Galtee Rovers will play no, they'll have to drop to the next level. So Joe, you draw. No, Michael, Joe, you have to draw another one, yeah, to play Galtee Rovers. So Galtee Rovers will play Mullinahone. Now, Michael, you'll draw one to play Drummond-Inch. So Golden Kilfeacle play Drummond-Inch. Okay, now Michael, you go again. Team 3. This is our 3rd quarter-final, the Intermediate Football Championship for the Barrett Cup. So JK Bracken's second team will play JK Brackens are okay to play Feathered. And finally, our 4th quarter-final in the intermediate football. So Grange Mokler Ballyneal will play Clonoulty Rossmore. So there you have it. There are 4 quarter-finals in the Intermediate Football Championship. So I'll ask Tom maybe to call those out again just to repeat them. I'll just ask you over Tom Maher. Okay, so Tom Maher will call out all the quarterfinals from the Danbury right through. Here, Tom.
Okay, so in the senior hurling, it's Kilruan McDonough's versus Lockmore Castleiney, Killadangan versus Upper Church Drumban, Mullinahone versus Borrisalee, and Turles Sarsfields versus Clonoulty. So them quarterfinals will be played over next weekend along with the Seamus Areen Cup quarterfinals and the intermediate hurling quarterfinals, which will be drawn on Sunday. Onto the football then, which is being played over the following weekend, and the quarterfinal teams in the senior are Marion Rovers versus Ballyporeen, Clonmel Commercials versus Upper Church Drumban, JK Brackens versus Ardfinnan, and Kilsheal and Kilcash versus Lockmore Castleiney. And we're on to the intermediate then after that. And intermediate is Galtee Rovers versus Mullinahone, Golden Kilfeacle versus Drummond-Inch, JK Brackens versus Feathered, and Grange Mokler Ballyneal versus Clonoulty Rossmore. And as I said, the 3 football quarterfinals will go ahead on the weekend of the 24th, and the hurling will go ahead on the weekend of the 17th.
Okay, thanks, Tom. Okay, Stephen, do you want to make some commentary on that?
So we're going to go back up here to the top.
I'll hand you back now to Stephen and Tip FM for just a moment or two.
Thanks very much, Tim. And we'll get a bit of reaction to that draw. So we might even just go around the floor, even if anybody is nearby. We'll start, I suppose, with the County Board Chair, Joe.
Yeah, I'd have to I nearly forget to draw. Yeah, they've been very exciting draws, and I suppose I'm looking down there at Michael Burke and Joseph Lowry, and I'd say if they were looking for 2 draws not to get, you've been a very unfortunate Upper Church to get maybe the 2 leading contenders, last year's both county champions. But look, that's just the way the draws go. But look, I suppose every team now will be looking forward to the next 2 weekends and plotting and planning to see how to kind of advance to the semi-final stage.
Yeah, it's going to be some unreal games there. Kilruan were the first team out, and I think it's Lockmore that they got.
Yep, it was, yeah. So look, Kilruan had a great had a great group stage, and I know they had a few injuries, but looking at Lockmore out there, they're coming nicely to the bile too. So that promised to be that promised to be a very good game as well.
Kildangan against Upperchurch, and like Kildangan, going for 2 in a row.
Yeah. Look, Kildangan have been very strong also in the group stage, but like Upperchurch had good games over the past number of years, and even going back 5 or 6 years ago when Sarsfields were at the top, Upperchurch were always able to keep in with the best of them. So I know Upperchurch are ready to challenge, and it's a knockout game, so all bets are off, and they'll throw everything ahead.
Yeah, and looking at the football, Upperchurch, gosh, Clonmel Commercial's the favourites.
Yeah, I suppose anyone in group in coming second, the one team that didn't want to get is Commercials, and Commercials have been outstanding in the group stages. So, look, I suppose for some teams in the group stages they perform very well, but when it comes knockout, it becomes a completely different thing altogether, And
Mullinahone were next out then of the draw. So you've got Mullinahone
and Borsalee. Yeah, they met a few years ago in group stage, and like there won't be very much between those either. Borsalee, maybe hadn't. Kilruane had a very good game against them here, but like Borsalee are very close to the top again, and Mullinahone were excellent all through the group stage. So I'd be expecting a very close contest there.
And I suppose looking at the football as well, they're all mouth-watering games. You've got Mile Rovers there, really up for it this year. Bracken's in as a top seed. Yeah. Lockmore lurking there now.
Yeah, well, Lockmore and Clasheelan, I think, is definitely the tie of the round, because both teams have been going very well, and like Lockmore only a point off the county champions last year. Kilsheelan have been steadily improving all year. Bracken's other years maybe were involved in the hurling as well, so they can put all their eggs into one basket and concentrate on football this year. So like a lot of games with that's very hard to pick a winner, but certainly to be great games in store.
Looking at the football championship in intermediate level, you've Grange Mokler there. I think it's Clonoulty. They got in the draw. They're going to be a really strong contender. Yeah. They've done well underage, and they have a lot of energy.
Yeah, Grange Mokler. I don't know what they've done down there in the past number of years, but every team that went out, every grade that went out, have been very competitive. During the junior hurling semi-finals, during the under-19 hurling, they won the last year's under-21 football final. They won a minor football final a few years ago, and they were in during last year's intermediate football final. They had 5 lads on the tip under-20 team this year. So they're a team that would have to be one of the favourites for the competition at the minute.
Great stuff, Joe. And I think we're nearly ready to go here. We're going to have the Tipperary GAA Clubs Draw now, and I'll hand you back to Tim Floyd as he's going to go through this here. But maybe before we start, we'll have a quick word with Peter Bourne, chairman of the draw. Peter, this is huge for you, and this is a huge time for Tipperary GAA, and the clubs draw is massive for all the clubs, not just the ones in the quarterfinals with teams still training, in winter evenings, but for every club it's worth an awful lot to them.
Yes, Stephen, the Tipperary draw is extremely important to every club in the county, and has been for the last 32 years or so, and we're delighted to be able to report tonight that the numbers for the new draw are up on previous years, which is a fantastic outcome, because it's been a very tough 2 years, as everybody knows, with the pandemic, and for all the coordinators in every club throughout the county and all the promoters to have got out and got in so many new members, because the draw is up by about 400 or 500 members, but that's not just that number of new members. There's always a number of people that drop out. So in order to end up with a net 400 or 500 people, you probably have to get more than 1,000 new members altogether. Because, as I said, there'll always be some that will drop out during the year. So as chairman of the draw committee, I just want to thank most sincerely every club throughout the county for their fantastic support. This draw is really invaluable to every club in the county, because, as we've said so many times before, out of every €100 that the club that is paid into the draw, 50% of that goes back to the club for the first 200 members. If the club has between 200 and 300 members, €60 out of every €100 goes back to the club. And for clubs that have over 300 members, €70 out of the figure above the 300 goes back to the club. So it's a fantastic way of raising money. There's no cost, there's no expense for the club because everything is organised centrally. I'm going to talk about being organised centrally. I want to thank Siobhan, draw coordinator, for the wonderful work she has done right throughout the year, but particularly the last week leading up to tonight's draw has really been a huge pressure week for Siobhan, and she copes so well with all of this and has everything organised ahead of the draw tonight. So well done, Siobhan. And she's very well assisted by Mags and Karen in the office. And I also want to mention Marion, who was unable to be with us tonight. But Marion, again, has been tremendous help in the whole administration of the draw. But it would be wrong if I didn't take this opportunity to acknowledge once more the wonderful work that Tim Floyd continues to do, not only as County Secretary, but the driving force behind the Tipperary Draw for the last 32 years, and he's done a fantastic job, and I'm delighted that his efforts and his drive and his determination for this draw has been proven successful again by the increased numbers that are in the draw. So thanks to everybody, and I know we have people listening right throughout the county, so I want to thank everybody, every member of those 17,000 people who supported the draw going into this new 21-22 draw, and the people who have supported it right throughout the years. You're making a fantastic contribution to the Tipperary GAA, to every aspect of the GAA. And just to remind people again that in addition to what goes back to the individual clubs, the surplus of this draw is used for developing training facilities here in Dr. Morris Park, and it's also used for coaching in our primary and secondary schools. So extremely good use is being made of the money at county level, as well as the wonderful progress that we see in every club throughout the county, with facilities being improved, ball walls being put up, all the other facilities that are improved in every county. And the Tipperary Draw over the last 32 years has made a fantastic contribution to all of that, Stephen. So, look, it's a wonderful night for us. It's wonderful to have our new manager, Colm, here. And, it's a great sense of excitement as we head into 21-22 Tipperary Draw. And I wish everybody who's in the draw the very best of luck. Tim will talk about the prizes in a few minutes, so I won't mention that. But it's a new novel draw. And just the last thing can I mention as well, can I say a particular thanks to the members of the draw committee for all the effort that they have put in throughout the year. This is the first draw that we've had since we lost one of our great stalwarts of the draw over all the years, the late Ger Gavin from Nina. We're delighted that his club are keeping up the wonderful work that Ger has done and have increased their numbers again. And to every member of the draw committee, whether you're here tonight or listening in or have been a member of the draw committee over the years, thank you for your wonderful contribution to it. Thanks very much, Stephen.
Good. Peter Bourne, ladies and gentlemen. Well, just before the draw begins, I'm going to call on Johnny Luby, who's down there. Johnny, can you come up here and give us a bit of reaction to that draw? This is a good friend of Tip FM, good friend of Frank Curry, and he's here this evening. Johnny Luby, what do you make of the draw that Clonolty got, first of all?
A bollocks of a draw. I might be upfront about it. Anybody didn't want to play the Sarsfields really, but look, you might as well play them in the quarterfinal, semi-final, whatever else. But Clonolty will be, if Clonolty under Dave, I better give them their full title, Clonolty and Rossmore. If they do strike a bit of form, they'll give Sarsfields plenty of it. But Sarsfields look to be a step ahead this year anyway.
Yeah, and there's some brilliant draws there, really. You've Kilruane against Lockmore Castleiney.
Yeah, Kilruane was a team I tipped on Tip FM back there about 6 weeks ago. And a Borsallee man said to me, he says, how in the name of God did you tip them? He said, we beat the laird out of them. And lo and behold, it was the other way around. Kilruane came through. Look, that's going to be a great game, Kilruane and Lockmore Castleiney. So it is, look, I'd fancy probably Lockmore Castleiney. I think they're coming right.
Yeah. And then Upper Church up against the county champions, Killadangan.
Yeah, the Upper Church lads were always hard to beat. Again, the second parish again, Upper Church Drumbayan, always hard to beat. But it certainly looks like Killadangan. That they are the county champions and they're good battlers and that, so they're going to be hard to beat.
Last one then, Borsallee and Mullinahone.
Yeah, Mullinahone are the surprise packet, I suppose. Talking to Owen Kelly there at the start of the draw, he said that look, they were probably the team that everybody was saying would go down. But lo and behold, they came through, and like they played here in Semple Stadium, and like they played well. You know, so like they're depending on Paul Curtin, admittedly at full back, and Paul is shoving on, and they're depending on Owen Kelly above at the other end. So there is hope. I hope Colin Bonner will be looking at the two of them again. Meanwhile, I have the horse box parked outside. Where's Tim Floyd? And if I come out, this horse is going straight to Cheltenham, not running him any place else. Cheltenham, November meeting, Tim.
Bring him up the hill.
Yeah, well, you might as well ride him then. Anyway, lads, look, and football commercials and Golden Kilfeacle, it is great to see them there in our own parish in the hurling and football. Look, they'd have a chance I think they have a chance in the football. The hurlers, the draw for that will be some other time. But look, they're there or thereabouts in the quarter-final. The big game I'm looking forward to is Cashel King Cormac's against John Costa against Clonakilty. I think Cashel King Cormac's, the longer they stay in competition, I think they'll be getting better. The pressure is off when they're out of West Tip, you know, so you've none of the parish rivalry and things like that. Cashel King Cormac's, I think, aren't too bad.
Great stuff. Johnny Luby, ladies and gentlemen. Great stuff, Johnny. And of course, he is going for Golden and Clonolty there. Over to you, Tim, for tonight's draw. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to get underway here right now.
Okay, thanks, Stephen. We're ready to go, folks. Anyway, first of all, welcome everybody to our first draw. We finally got underway. We were delayed last year twice. We were delayed in the starting of the draw last year. We had to stop, I think, then around January, and we resumed again in March, and we finally got the last year's draw over in, I think it was the end of July, the 30th of July. So the last 2 months have been promoting this new draw, and I just want to thank everybody who has been involved in promoting it. I'm delighted to report tonight that last year we raised the draw from 16,000 to 16,500 under fierce pressure with COVID and everything going on. I'm delighted to say tonight that we've added a further 500 members to the draw, so we're back up around 17,000 members in the draw, which is absolutely magnificent considering what we've been through over the last 2 years. So well done to all the clubs. Thanks to all the great coordinators in all our clubs and all our promoters and all the members who have joined. It's been a wonderful success once again, and I just want to say thanks to everybody, and thanks to my crew around here, especially to Siobhan. She's been doing Trojan work over the past couple of days to make sure this was ready for tonight. Ably assisted by Karen, who was handling all the online stuff that was coming into the office and the phone calls with the cards, and you know that was a fantastic success, because I said to Siobhan this evening how many, I thought there was only 16,500. Oh, there's another 500 online, she says. So I mean, the online has been a great success for us, thanks mainly to a lady called Jane Marks, who was recommended to us by Peter Bourne. She's done great work in online promotion of the draw, and thanks also to Maggie, who came in to help us out in the last couple of days. We had Marion Graham up to yesterday, and unfortunately Marion was called away yesterday because her brother was on his deathbed, and unfortunately he passed away today. So we send our condolences to Marion and the death of her brother Mike Moynihan. So we offer our deep condolences. Right, we're ready to roll with our new draw, and we have here Michael Egan, who is always on hand with our draw over the years and rolling that drum safely, thanks be to God. A great safe pair of hands, and he's here with Peter now, ready to release the numbers into the drum. The first section of the drum, we have letters from A up to T, and each one of those letters represent each 1,000 members that's in the draw. So we have 17,000 members in the draw, so all the letters from A to T, with the exception of O and I, we'll leave those out because of their resemblance to numbers. Right, in the other 3 sections then we've numbers from 0 to 9. So anyone that knows their number in the draw will know there's a letter and 3 digits. So if you can remember your number, you can be watching it for coming out tonight. So I just want to say a special thanks. We have a super first prize tonight. And a lot of people are confused. I suppose they thought it was just the car and the horse was a separate prize. It's all one prize. It's a super prize. And I just want to say a special thanks to the man who donated the horse to us for the season, for 1 season, that you can follow this horse. And the great Tipperary GAA man called Brian Atchison of Clonmel and Dornan Engineering. The horse from the owners, Rob Curry, is currently being trained in Mouse Morris's stables down in Feathered. And he tells me that Sean Hogan, our horse tonight, is ready to run in his first race under the colours of his new owner, who will be the winner here tonight at the end of this month or early next month. Remember, he won his last race, I think, in Thurles here last March. So who knows, he could be a good one here for whoever is lucky tonight. And don't mind Johnny Luby. Johnny Luby doesn't follow Mouse Morris's horses. It's all Stack's horses he'd be following. So I don't know what he has a horse box outside the door for. All right, Johnny. Anyway, we're ready to go. All the numbers are checked into drum, and I want to say a special thanks to Colin Bonner, who has come in here tonight to draw our first prize. It's a very, very special prize, and we decided we'd go for a very, very special man to make the draw, and who better than Colin, who has been a great ambassador since he was announced as manager of the team. Very humble man, no egos, and Conor is passionate about Tipperary GAA, and we all wish him the very, very best of luck. He's a big task ahead, but no better man. Okay, Conor, Column, you're drawn out of each section. Oh God, you can, if you can. If you're that lucky. One out of each section. Oh, you're done. One out of each column. Thank you. On to the third. So the lucky winner of not just Sean Hogan, the horse for the season, but also a Renault Captor car, a hybrid car. So it's M830. Now there's some numbers. M for Mary, 830. We may have numbers tonight. No, we're safe enough. It's gone out the road to Borrisalee. No better country to be sending the horses to. And it's going to Marion Ryan of Garnakilka Upper Church, joined with the Borrisalee Club. So Mara not alone wins the car, but also a horse for the next season. So best of luck to Mara. Big round of applause. We'll be taking Mara down to Mouse Morris's stables next week to pick her colours, and she'll be registering as owner of the horse for the next racing season, right from next month up to, I think, next May or June. So we wish her the best of luck, and may she have much winnings and loads of money out of Sean Hogan over the next 7 or 8 months in their racing season. Okay. We'll move on and we'll maybe draw different personalities from around the county now, and we'll start maybe with the club that have the highest membership in the county in the new draw. They've up around 680, 690 members, and I'll call on Marion Ryan to make the draw for the second prize. Marion has done wonderful work, and the late Ger Gavin, he was a proud member of our draw committee, and he was been a tremendous man for the draw during his life, really. And we thought when he passed away that the draw had suffered in Nina, but no, fair play to Marion and Bartley and Matt Lillis, who are all here tonight. They kept it going, I suppose, for the sake of Ger. They made sure that the draw number stood up, and he'd be proud of him tonight, I can say. So Marion is drawn our second prize, which is a €5,000 holiday voucher or the 5,000 cash alternative. Okay, Marion. C054. C054. And C054 is going to Boherlahan Duwala, to Sean Gleeson, Salins Wharf, Salins in Kildare. So Sean Whelan, Salins Wharf in Kildare with the Boherlahan Duwala Club, and the promoter is Lawrence Devan with Lar Devan with the Boherlahan Club. I actually forgot to say who was the promoter of the first prize. It was Matt Stapleton was the promoter of the first prize. Okay, so Matt will get €500 and maybe a share of the horse, whatever, if Mara decides to give it to him. Okay, moving on to our third prize, €3,000. And I'd say our top promoter in the county this year must be from Kappa White. Sela, come forward and draw our third prize. You deserve it. I think, how many have you in the draw this year, Sela? She's collected 242 members in the tip draw. 242 for the Kappa White Club. So Liam Tracy says one of his top ladies up there. And a tremendous credit to the draw and to Kappa White Club. So third prize, €3,000. She had a good few winners last year. Well done. Wait there, Sela, now in case. Q754. 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 And we have, it's a legit number, and it goes to Holy Cross Ballycahill to Pat Lee Regale Turles. Pat Lee Regale Turles with the Holy Cross Ballycahill Club, and the promoter there is John Lee and Mick H. Mick Hassett, John Lee and Mick Hassett. So that's our third prize. So moving on to our €2,000 prize, and another top collector in the county, and it's Care Club, 570 members he tells me they have this year, and the man who has collected 144 of those is Dan Costigan from Care. Come on, Dan, well done. Done a great job with the Care Club. So they're up around 570 members in the draw. top club in South Tip. So Dan is drawing our fourth prize, which is €2,000. Fourth prize, €2,000. Good man, Dan. Step back. J418. J418. And it's going to the Silvermines Club in North Tipperary, and it's Mary O'Rourke, St. Flannan's Crescent, Ballinaklaughnina. Mary O'Rourke, St. Flannan's Crescent, Ballinaklaughnina, and the promoter there is John Sherlock. So John picks himself up €200. Right, we move on to the €1,000 prizes, and we'll go to a club in North Tipperary that improved greatly this year. So we'll either have Carmel or Kay. One of you come forward. Carmel, if you want. Coordinator with the Kilruan McDonough's club. And they showed a great increase. I think they have 25 new members in the draw this year, and they're up around 420 in the current draw. So full credit to Carmel. So she's drawing for our fifth prize, €1,000. Fifth prize, €1,000, being drawn by Carmel Daly from Clough-Jordan with the Kilruan Club. T498, T498, T498. We've been very lucky so far because there are some numbers in there that are not in use, so we're going well. And this one goes to Salahead, and the first €1,000 winner is Shamie Ryan R of Knock-On Kappa White. Shamie Ryan R, Knock-On Kappa White. How'd you let that one escape, Sela? There's a tribunal going on over here as to how that one went to Salahead. Okay, we're moving on to sixth prize, €1,000. Another top club in the county. We're going to Mile Rovers and Frank Burke. So we'll have Frank Burke for Mile Rovers, or Tommy, one of you. Man, Frank, treasurer of Mile Rovers for many, many years. So Frank is drawing for our sixth prize, €1,000. A wonderful complex down in Monroe, and Frank has been part of that for many, many years. And he's here tonight with his chairman, new chairman, Tommy Campbell. J for John 431. J for John 431. And J431 is going to Gortnahooghlin Gould to Niall Tehan of Grange Barn at Thurles. Niall Tehan of Grange Barn at Thurles. Another club that made big inroads this year, Tom O'Donnell with the Kilsheelan Club. And Tom, since he took over as coordinator there, has increased. I think they have 70 new members this year. Fantastic improvement. Their membership is up 44. They had some dropouts as well, naturally, but they also increased last year by 87. So over 2 years they have increased their membership in the draw by about 150. So they're up there now around 465, and full credit to Tom and all the lads in the Kilsheelan Kilcash Club. Well done, Tom. He's drawn our seventh prize, which is €1,000. T992, T for Tommy 992, and we're going to Clonmel. And the winner in Clonmel is June Ryan and Paddy Mackey, I'd say. Or it is June and Paddy, Ryan and Mackey, care of Christy Aylward. So good win for Clonmel, our seventh prize. Okay, we'll move on to our eighth prize. TF will draw this one. Go man, TF. Proud man tonight now with the horse and the car going to Borrisley. So TF has been coordinating the draw for Borrisley for as long as I know, as nearly as long as I'm doing it. TF has been doing it, and we've soldiered all the way for the last 33 years, I think, at this stage. So prize number 8, been drawn by TF Stapleton from Borrisley, €1,000, and it's our 8th prize, €1,000, and it's Q506, and Q506 is going to Mile Rovers, and the winner of €1,000 is Frank O'Connor, Mountain Road, Clonmel. Frank O'Connor, Mountain Road, Clonmel, with the Mile Rovers Club. Right, prize number 9, another big man that for years has been collecting the draw from Portroe, Tom Ryan. Come on, Tom. One of our top promoters in the county, has had up to 200 members collecting them every year. And I say you're still on that, Tom, are you? Good man, Tom. Yeah. Okay. Tom is drawing our ninth prize. And it's €1,000 still. D for Dennis 519, D519, and D519 is going to Ross Gray. Ross Gray, who also had great membership this year. Aidan Shanahan, Carville, Ross Gray. Aidan Shanahan, Carville, Ross Gray wins €1,000. And our 10th prize, which is another €1,000, call the man, the chairman of my own club, James Collins. Come on, James, you'll draw this one. Has done great work with the draw in Newport and has been chairman for the last 3 or 4 years. Big battle tomorrow against Lara. Hopefully we'll get over the line. I forgot to mention also, we also have Ronan Spain here tonight, who is acting as independent observer, keeping an eye on us all and making sure everything is above board on behalf of the members. So Ronan is here from Spain's Fuhrer and Quinlan Accountants on Schlievnemon Road. M for Mary 948, M for Mary 948, and this one is going to Arravale Rovers, Tom O'Donoghue, Green Rat, Tipperary Town, Tom O'Donoghue, Green Rat, Tipperary Town. Okay, we're moving on to our €500 prizes. €500 prizes. Is Joseph Lowry there? Did I see him? Oh, is he gone? Nicholas Moroney, will you draw this one for us, Nicholas? Good man. From the St. Patrick's Club, Nicholas is our county children's officer, and he's drawing our 11th prize, €500. €500. And after that, Pat Phelan, you might make your way up, Pat. So, drawing our 11th prize, €500. And Nicholas is drawn. E for Eddie 129, E129, and E129 is going to Newcastle. Newcastle, Iverna Corcoran in Bray, County Wicklow. Iverna Corcoran, Bray, County Wicklow. Okay, to draw our 12th prize, we have a man all the way from County Laois, the great Pat Phelan from Castletown. So Pat has been one of the few clubs outside our county to promote the draw, but he's been doing it for many, many years and he's a great follower. He comes to most of the draws. He loves Tipperary nearly as much as he loves Laois. So 12th prize, €500 been drawn by Pat Phelan. Okay. Q654. Q654. And Q654 is going to Arravale Rovers, to Eamon O'Dwyer, Ratnaveen, Tipperary Town. Golly himself, Eamon O'Dwyer in Tipperary Town with the Arravale Rovers Club. All right. Pat Hennessy, Tumivara, will you draw this one, Pat? Good man. Man here from Tumivara, prize number 13. Great man in the Tumivara Club for many, many years. Good man, Pat. And Pat is drawing our 13th prize, €500. And just 2 more 500s to go. Good man, Pat, and it's Q498. Q498. So Q498 is going to Holy Cross, Ballycahill, to Gary Walsh, Maple Grove, Rathcoole. Gary Walsh, Maple Grove, Rathcoole. Okay, prize number 14, 500. Vincent, will you draw this one? Good man. Vincent O'Connor from Cashel, great supporter of our draws. Himself and Bridget come to most of the draws. So he's drawing our 14th prize, which is €500. And this is the second last of our prizes that we are drawing live. We'll just announce, we've earlier drawn the confined draws and we'll announce those after this. So G741, €500. G741, and this one is going to Drummond to Pat Fogarty, Lordstown Drum. Pat Fogarty, Lordstown Drum with the Drummond Club. And our final prize, did I see Robert Ryan around there? No. Who else is around there? Hugh McCarthy. Come on, Hugh, you're nearby there. Good man, Hugh. Mile Rovers, great supporter of our draw down the years. We haven't seen him for a year and a half, hardly. And he's, good man, Hugh. You haven't aged a bit. So Huey's drawing our 15th prize, which is the final one that we're doing, and then we'll call out the confines which were drawn earlier. Okay, this is 15 prize, €500. M480. M480 is going to Borrisakane, and it's going to Dara McKenna himself. Dara, a great man down in Bury, Lord Mayor of Borrisakane, I think, even for a while. Main Street, Borrisakane. So Dara McKenna has won €500. So well done to Dara. And earlier tonight, we drew the 200 confined draws, and you can see them up on the screen there. And we drew them. €200 went to Nina Erogues, Joe Ryan, the Whiskey Still Drumineer. €200 to Kilsheelan and Kilcash's John Malloy, Tickincar Clonmel. €200 to Mine Timpletooey's Niall Russell, Bullray Timpletooey. €200 to Capawhite's Neil Nestor in Ballykeevan, Capawhite. €200 to Kilron McDonough's June Whelan in Knockbrack, Clough-Jordan. €200 to Care's Pat Tobin in Raheen Care. €200 to Mike Harkey Burris's Seamus and Elizabeth Morris in Ardleigh, 2 Mile Burris. €200 to Sean Tracy's Liam Farrell, Cummermore, Kilcommon. €200 to Ross Gray, Mrs. Chris MacDonald, Parkmore, Ross Gray. And we had 2 coordinators prize, which we give tonight. And they went to Borrisalee's TF Stapleton, €200. And €200 to Clonakilly's David Cody. So they're all our lucky winners in the draw tonight. Which means that we'll be going with our next draw on Friday, November the 5th. More than likely we'll head out to Borrisalee maybe, if you're allowed. We'll have a star prize of a Citroen 3 car. So ladies and gentlemen, that's about all our draw tonight. I just want to say thanks to the girls who have done Trojan work here behind me for the last couple of days. And again tonight, thanks to Michal Egan who rolled the drum, and to Peter, who's our draw committee, and to Ronan here for supervising the operations. Just want to maybe, before we stop, I just want to say the members of our draw committee who put this draw together over the past couple of months were Dan Costigan from Care, Michael Devlin, who's representing the West and from Erogan and Carty, Dominic Everard from Mine Timpletooey representing the Mid, Liam Tracy from Capawhite representing the West, Tom O'Donnell from Kilsheelan representing the South, John O'Donovan from Thurles Gales representing the Mid, Michal Egan, who was rolling the drum there tonight, from Gortnahoogling Gould. We have Noel Murray from Timplederry, and we have Peter Byrne as chairman from Clonakilly. So I just want to say a huge thanks to all of those who made this draw a success. 17,000 members is fantastic, and I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you for coming in here tonight. So with that, folks, until next month when we'll see you from Borrisalee, I'll hand you back to Stephen and to Tip FM.
Good, Tim, and that concludes the draw on Tip FM and on the Tipperary social media challenge. Hope you enjoyed tonight's draw. We'll be back again with more another time. Slán and Ish.